Steambot Chronicles.
Hello and welcome again to Let's Play the name of the game that was just mentioned.
I hope you enjoy.
Last time we were tasked with hunting down the killer elephants, finding their base and telling them to stop it! Stop what you're doing! Bad killer elephants. Naughty. Anyway, here's a couple of killer elephants I neglected to show off last time. It's not usually very much point in coming to the centre of the square here. This is where the concert was. But nothing else really happens here though. See the irony of the killer elephant spending all his time monitoring the killer elephant who's spending all his time doing nothing. Buses still aren't working. Also over here is something I haven't shown off yet. We come down this ramp here. You'll notice that the Nephroberg dump parking spot is up there with its chest that contained a bed. Also down here is a little underpass sort of a thing with a man and a cat. There's a cat. And there's a man, a mysterious man wearing what looks like aviation goggles, a pilot's hat, and some sort of raggedy cape. And we got lovely blue eyes. No point lying, don't know who this guy is. Don't know who either of these people are really. Amnesia man and raggedy cape man. We can feed the cat. Let's give it some sheep's milk. Not 100% sure if that is part of a side quest that I've forgotten about. Might just be a cat that we can feed for no particular purpose. Maybe if we don't feed it, eventually it dies. I wouldn't like that to happen, so we best feed it whenever we can. Anyway, we want to join the killer elephants so we have access to our trotmobile so we can go and beat them all up. This is the guy to talk to. Killer Elephant Chief of Personnel. We'll show him that employment application we got like ages ago now in the bar.
Come over here, you. So, you're interested in the position? You don't really look like the physical type, kid. I'll need to ask you a number of questions. Number one, where are you from?
The red-hot desert is my home. The blistering, forsaken desert.
Ah, I see. Impressive. Second, what is your reason for joining the killer elephants?
I would like all the world to live in peace and harmony.
Lastly, of the following, which do you find most interesting?
I find the moon fascinating.
Aha! Very well. I think I'll be approving your application. Be sure to put this on your trotmobile. It's proof of employment. Oh, and don't let anybody know that I'm the personnel department. I'm serious. You got that? You'll have to head to the hideout by yourself. I have business here. It's behind the Hayabusa carpet mill, but I'm sure you knew that.
Sort of ironic that he tells us not to tell anybody who he is, despite the fact that half the killer elephants in town are pointing us towards him. So we can finally get the megas back. However, we have to actually equip the killer elephant logo plate. Get a little bit of a better look at their logo. So notice I haven't got the tutorial plate, I need to go and get that. Some sort of elephant wearing a red mask. A killer elephant perhaps. So they fixed our trotmobile up, lovely. I'm quite sure that most of the killer elephants in town now have slightly different dialogue, or completely different dialogue because we're a member. the problem with this game. So while every character seems to just say one thing, depending on the situation, time of day, etc., they say lots and lots of different one things. Everybody's got an opinion. So let's go to Nefroberg Motors. We haven't actually stopped off here before, in the Trotmobile at least. See what we can't do to spruce up our machine. We've got a bit of money now because of those fossils we traded in. Won't go very far though, these things are quite expensive. We want to buy 2 human legs for reasons. And while we're here, we should also pick up a new grill, a couple of tanks. Actually, only one tank. I think we started with a tank when we found this Trotmobile. And a sword arm. Very expensive, the sword arm. If I was economical, I would have chosen that as my frame given to me by Mr. Peregrine. I'm not economical though. Anyway, 2 tanks makes Tank W. Short for wide. And 2 medium human legs makes 1 large human legs. The more leg we have, the more weight we can carry, so that's a nice thing. Naturally, you've got to actually equip everything before we can head off. The legs we were using so far are bird legs, so we've got different joints now. I don't think there's that much difference in speed between the human legs and the bird legs. Bird legs slightly faster. We'll lose our cannon arm and equip our sword arm. While it's nice to have a projectile weapon, the cannon is sorely lacking in range, accuracy and firing speed. Not to mention shot speed. A lot of enemies will simply get out the way before it even hits them.
Didn't know you were one of us. Go right on by.
Let's head out. Leave Nefroberg behind. Leaving in this loading screen here, because we haven't seen it yet. More information on Egret Brook. Bandits roam the area. We are familiar with those bandits, to say the least.
Never seen that Trotmobile before.
Got our logo, though. You new here, kid?
I have a Trotmobile to sell.
Oh, a salesman, eh?
I can't guarantee the others won't open fire on that ugly Trotmobile.
You better be careful.
Yes, naturally all the enemies between here and the Killer Elephant base are Killer Elephants, and they are having no truck with us. Even though we were told to report to the base, we aren't driving a standard Killer Elephant machine, so they've got every right to try and blow us up. Also not wearing, you know, Killer Elephant uniform. I don't think we can actually acquire a Killer Elephant uniform. It probably wouldn't fit us because all the Killer Elephants are the same shape. But that's me not showing off the sword arm. Pressing the wrong button at the wrong time. Around here we have the Killer Elephant's blockade. We can't simply walk by. The only way to get past this is to blow it up. There's a lot of the high level Killer Elephants here. The wild rooster models. See, they can take a couple of hits from our sword arm. Hitting them in the back is most effective. So hitting them in the front a couple of 3 times will get rid of their shield. Get some more effective to aim for the back. These wild roosters will infinitely spawn from the hole next to the sort of turrety thing over there. Where is it? There, the frontliner. Not sure what it's meant to be, and oh, that was close. The problem with jump boosting a lot is you will often end up just landing on top of an enemy, or even worse, on top of an enemy's cannon. Instead, here's a new one to come and bother us. If you wanted to, you could sort of grind these for money just by standing there. I have no need to do such things though. Oh! Mop up the money. Landed in the river. Almost jumped over it there. Didn't want to do that. It's a shame the blockade doesn't leave any wreckage to go with the Don Elephant's legs over there. More killer elephants to deal with. There we go, the regular rooster enemies will die in one hit from behind with the sword arm. It's quite powerful for an early game weapon. It's not terribly durable though. It's almost at half durability after, well, just a lot of killer elephants. While hitting their shields is problematic. While you can remove them, it does reduce your durability. Well, let's have a look at the carpet mill. Actually, the only entrance to the killer elephant's base, for us at least. They've got all those little doors that they come out of, that leads into their base, as we'll see later. We've got to head through here. And there's a bunch of protesters. They are not pleased. But Mr. Peregrine has apparently been renting out space to these evil bandits which have captured their town. Actually, they've locked the carpet mill up to stop the protesters getting in and telling them off or something, I don't know. It seemed like a very sustainable plan. Renting out space to a load of bandits and their trotmobiles. So we'll see later the base is fairly expansive. There's a lot of room down there. Well, earlier we delivered some carpets for Kane. We've finally turned that side quest in and got our 80 if we'd made a wide flatbed before we started that quest and transported 8 carpets we could have transported instead of 3, we would have still been paid 80. No increase. I know that because that's what I did in my practice run. Bit of a swizz. But now we've done that, we should be able to buy and transport carpets for money. I.e. buy a load of carpet and sell it elsewhere. Not 100% sure who you have to talk to actually do that though. I think it's probably Kane as he stands outside. Also, there's that French bread I didn't pick up before. You see me pick it up on camera twice. And I'll probably spoil this right now, that due to certain things I wanted to show off, I had to replay this bit. This whole section here isn't actually saved at all, and I forgot to go and pick up the bread again. So in my actual save, that bread is still there, in his chest. That killer elephant's seen our logo and he's run off. Don't know where he's gone. Don't know, if you actually walk out you might find him hanging out with the other killer elephants. The game usually is quite good about actually making characters that leave go where they said they would go, rather than just disappearing. If we look down there we can see the farmhouse, the second episode. So quite a lot of spatial continuity with this river. Well designed in my opinion. I think I knew, or the second option, will get us in. Telling him you're lost, however, does not get us in. Does slightly change the dialogue though. Nice little details. Lots of little details. Anyway, here I was planning to end the episode, but it's only been 16 minutes. So I should just head in instead. Of the ominous stairs down to the cavernous headquarters of the killer elephants. Can we convince them to stop invading the town? Also, they seem to be building a second Don elephant. That's a problem. Not much of a problem, the last one went down very, very easily. Also, if we look over here, we can see the other side of the gates. I thought it was a very nice touch. Even matches the shape of the hill. Actually, there's quite a lot of the base we cannot actually get to. The areas we can walk around is quite large, mainly just this big room, but there's lots of stuff to see. This is the Don Elephant 2 apparently. Twice as powerful. Wonder if they'll still have chests full of money on it. Killer Elephant has vengeful blood. Should best not tell him that we were the person who blew that up. I talk to him again because there's another response you get from him later, but not now. See if we can go and talk to their boss. First, here's an even clearer look at their logo. See, it's like a sort of balaclava wearing elephant with earrings and everything.
Boss is eating. Sorry, I can't let you in.
Where's the next course anyway? We keep boss waiting, he'll...
You, tell those knobs in the kitchen to get it in gear, all right?
Knobs.
Tell
A strange thing to say. We'll see you later, there's only one guy in the kitchen. I don't know why they said knobs. He's not wrong. Kitchen is in there. We're going to have a wander around first though. You can see the new Don elephant here. There's a lot of gated off areas here. Killer elephants standing around gesturing at each other, and ooh, that guy over there is important. He's got a desk and everything. He will sell us parts. But not now. First we've got to rise up the ranks of the killer elephants. Maybe once we earn the right to drive a rooster, or even a wild rooster, he'll let us buy some frames. That guy's amazed at the progress they've made. So am I, frankly. I mean, there wasn't anything left of the first one. Also, this imposing looking thing over here is going to be a cause of some trouble for us in the near future. You notice he's got a quadruped leg design on there. And the game calls it the horse legs. So certainly an imposing machine. It's even got angry headlights. Some standard roosters over there. Some more dudes to go and look at. Trying to talk to every single killer elephant I can so I can complete their album. Yes, the killer elephant base has its own album entry, complete with lots and lots of pictures of identical killer elephants, each with a slightly different name. All the ones from town are also in their own album as well. I think most of them will appear back here. And the game's quite good about not making NPCs disappear forever. And if they do, then you get that album entry anyway. Here we are in the loos. It's interesting, the killer elephants have a sort of massive open toilet here. They got some Japanese style trough toilets, urinal, and next to that I didn't actually look at is the showers. And one single sink. Not a fan of their toilet facilities. There's a lot of them, and that's not very many facilities. Anyway, let's go and have a look in the kitchen. The boss is eating, he wants his food, so maybe we can get an audience with him if we somehow manage to give him some stuff. So, dartboard, chessboard, some wanted posters where they do their laundry and sleep. And there's something like 15 beds here. So we'll be seeing this guy shortly as the boss.
Oh, perfect. You gotta switch with me. I've been holding it in all day. The meat's over there. Cook up something good, okay? And step on it.
Yay, more hats. So I'm quite impressed I actually bothered giving that killer elephant a chef's outfit and everything, including an apron and a special white jacket. This is the kitchen. There's lots to look at, but there's nothing really in here. Just some descriptions of cooking meat. Now we get to actually prepare a meal now. There's lots of options. If we follow different options, we end up with different dishes. I'm going with one that I know will get me the best results. This is also tied to a side quest we haven't even looked at yet. I believe you might actually be able to come back here and repeat this. There's not really much point to it though. Sort of a random cooking interlude. Next we're here to fight the killer elephants, and we're now cooking their boss his dinner. At no point do we have the option to poison him. You know, to solve the problem that way. No, we've made him a herbal steak sandwich and obtained the recipe for that. And Vanilla will actually walk around with it in his hands, which is nice. The snobbish outfit really works for his cook slash waiter role here. And once again, most of the killer elephants will have something else to say to us because we're dressed as a chef holding food. Here's a closer look at the killer elephant chef. He's run over to the toilet. He hasn't got in, he's just standing there. Maybe he's done his business and now he's just having a break. He tells us to hurry up, so let's skip back. I'm going to start cutting out some of the more repetitive backtracking. Also, ooh, it's a good thing he's got that plate thing covered.
About time! Boss is inside.
Actually, there's a bunch of treasure. That's not a dollar sign, that is the actual sign. You can just about make out the little extra curve on the R that differentiates it from a sideways dollar sign. Also, big skull.
You're late. I almost ran out of food here. What's this?
I call it cha-ching.
I never seen anything like that before. It's just mouth-watering, I say. You're a genius.
Yes, I am.
Wait. I've never seen you around here.
Neferberg doesn't belong to you.
Aha. I see how it is. You've got some guts sneaking all the way in here. The trotmobile pilot, huh? I recognize the oily smell. All right, prepare my trotmobile. I'm gonna take this kid on.
Okay, now here's a part of the game which is sort of a roadblock, but actually isn't a roadblock at all. This is a very, very difficult fight we're about to enter into. It's very near the start of the game, so we don't really have the equipment to deal with such dangerous foes. But it won't be a problem. Right, what has happened here is the boss elephant has challenged us to a fight directly beneath his in-progress new giant fortress. While during the fight, the Don Elephant 2 will inevitably get smashed the hell up, not least by the Mad Elephant's swinging mace arms. But these weapons are really deadly. They are melee weapons, but they have a range. They can swing quite far, so Lock-on having trouble there. See, I haven't actually hit him yet. The sword arm is a very poor choice for this, because we have to get in close. And when we get in close, he will ram us with those balls. Cannon arm is even worse though, as he never stops moving, we will never actually hit him. And we have lost. However, it doesn't mean game over. The game recognises how difficult this is, and there is a whole different outcome depending on whether you've won or lost. The game tries to make as much sense as possible with either one. It's very nice. There is a prize for beating him, but I believe you can come back and challenge him later for that prize.
Untie him.
Huh? But it'll be a lot harder to toss him downstream if...
Yeah, it's his fault that Don Elephant 2 is.
Shut your yaps. This kid is more of a man than both of you put together. Stop embarrassing yourselves and do what you're told. The Don Elephant can be rebuilt. Next time it'll be Don Elephant 3. What do you think of that? What's your name, kid?
They call me...
They call me
I
nothing.
respect you, so we'll withdraw from Neferberg.
But boss, we finally had control.
Didn't you hear me? Send out the pigeons so everyone knows. You're welcome here anytime, kid. You remind me of me. And I'll be willing to fight you whenever you want. I'm sure you're hungry, too. Hey, where's the damn food?
And that's what happens if you lose. Join me next time when we'll beat the living snot out of him and get the other scenario. Goodbye.